Yeah,
Am I visible?
yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Good afternoon, all. Yeah. Shall we start now? I think I'm audible, right? Yes, okay. So, lightning strikes have emerged as one of the leading causes of weather-related fatalities in India, with a disproportionately high impact on rural population. A comprehensive analysis from CROPC reveals that almost 88% of lightning-related mortality is concentrated in just seven states, predominantly in seven eastern and central India. This alarming trend is attributed to a combination of intense lightning frequency and presence of 75 to 80% rural population in this region, who are highly exposed and often lack of timely access to early warning systems. According to news report during the 2024 monsoon season alone, around 1,419 people died due to extreme weather events, out of which 597 fatalities were caused by lightning and thunderstorms. This trend has continued in 2025 with at least 126 deaths reported in April 10 and 11 in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar only, following intense thunderstorm and lightning activities. In response to this, Swearingen is collaborating with ICAS is facilitating preparedness workshop to bring together stakeholders from government department, national NGOs, technical institution, academic institution, and community leaders. The workshop will serve as a platform to review last year trends, assess existing gaps, and co-create strategic interventions to prevent further avoidable loss of lives and enhance community preparedness against lightning-related disasters. So I would like to invite you all to this session, and with this, I'm introducing Mr. Omkar Onyalkare to moderate the session. Mr. Omkar Onyalkare is an international civil servant with over a decade of interdisciplinary experience in providing technical, operational, and administrative support to government on policies and programs, particularly in ensuring service continuity in education, nutrition, health, wash, and social protection during disaster situations. So over to you, sir. We can start the session now. Yeah.
Thank
Once
you,
again,
Vishnu.
introduce. Yeah, welcome all to this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vishnu. This is a great and timely session which has been organized. Thanks to Spear India for that, and also thanks to all the eminent speakers I see, all meaningful and people who have made real impact in this field in as speakers. So thank you for that. For thank you for bringing this together. So just I've been asked to set the context. As you all know, heat wave is one of the perennial disasters like which will happen in this time of the year. So it's not really not really very we are not caught every year in a wave situation where we are not prepared, like a cyclone or a tsunami, where there might be situations where we are not very much prepared. But heat wave, we know, like for example in Odisha, no matter what, first March, all heat wave measures will be put in place in from first of April, not first March. So for all small activities like changing of school times, changing of labor working in field, setting up some, in Odisha they set up some in the cities they set up some kind of shade set traffic signals, for that bike stand or car stand for more time on traffic signal. So all these activities begin in Odisha from 1st of April. So this is slowly heat wave is getting institutionalized in the SDMAs, where NDMA is also being very supportive. NIDM's research supporting heat wave claims is coming across, and that has been very helpful as we are moving ahead. One challenge which we always see in heat wave, and I think I always speak about this challenge very openly, is which we are coming over it, but yeah, it's still there in many states. Heat wave deaths are not being certified by medical professionals always. Like there is a lot of, I wouldn't say resistance, but there's a lot of apprehension by doctors to say that okay, to certify that this is a heat wave death, because I don't die of heat wave, I die of an heart attack, or I may die of some palpitation or something, some reason which is a premorbidity, which is a comorbidity, which is already there, that would trigger the death, but that would cause the death, but that is triggered by heat. So the clear, like, if I die in a flood because of drowning, I get compensation of 4 lakh rupees by the national government, as it is as per the NDRF norms. But in heat wave, even when it is a declared disaster, a lot of times we uh, we we are not we are not able to declare those deaths. So, oh, sorry, this my bad. This session is on lightning. I've been sorry, I took a wrong brief. Sorry. So lightning. I'm so sorry. This is. I apologize to the panel and all the eminent speakers. So lightning is another upcoming disaster. I mean, it was not a disaster in when I was working in Maharashtra. We had declared lightning as a state specific disaster. Same in Odisha, it has been a state specific disasters, and a lot of activities are now being done. So we have this ADRN, which is the network for deaths which are avoidable deaths network, under which in Odisha we have started work on lightning. And this work is going ahead. We are mainly with UNICEF. I used to work for UNICEF till 2 days back, and I have stepped down from there. So now I'm working for another organization. So in case of lightnings, what we did in UNICEF was we have started developing, and also NIDM support was there at national level. We have started developing a lot of, I mean, the country. We have started developing a lot of uh, material where we are able to help the last people, like the farmers, the community people who get impacted, who die during lightning, to give them early warnings in time with like 45 minutes in advance. Then we help them to kind of go inside, and we tell them what to do. So that kind of things are largely happening in few SDMAs. Other thing is lightning, again, wherever it is declared as a disaster, compensation is easy. It is fine. The other thing about lightning with IITM, there is a software which has come up, which is giving that 45-minute warning and everything. So that software is now fairly integrated in many of the states. However, more community level interface of that software is still a challenge. So that's where we are supposed to go. Now I will. I mean, I'm sorry. I have little bit messed up the time. So I will hand over the mic to Professor Anil Gupta to give his opening remarks. He doesn't need an introduction. I mean, I'm very small to introduce him. He was with the NIDM for a long time, and he has been guiding all the process at the India level for lot of disaster management things. Currently, sir is with he is with he's a CEO at ICARS IITR. Then sir is also involved with many of the UN agencies like UNEP, UNDP. He's involved with GIZ, UNESCO, and many other national and international bodies. So I request Professor Gupta to take over for your opening remarks, sir.
Thank you, Onkar. And am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Onkar, and for setting the tone. And in fact, I would compliment the entire team who has chosen this topic, and particularly my special compliments to the team for choosing a wonderful team of speakers today. Because lightning and drowning, since the ICARS is also the leading institution from India on avoidable death network, and has also been selected by the Santiago network for loss and damage. And if we see that the disasters which has not been uh, considered because of the single incident mass damage are the two, the drowning as well as lightning. But if we just total the number, maybe in a year or the round the year or in a particular state, I think that the number goes very high. And that is the reason the some people like Dr. Sanjay Srivastava is here, who has in fact championed this cause And now several people have joined NDMA, Ministry of Home Affairs, and the Sphere India Academy and ICARS and many other institutions are supporting this initiative. And this subject has really come to the front of the on the front table for discussion. But still, when we have good, we can say that some good level of policy and scientific interventions toward improving preparedness, there are certain key questions I would like to flag before the panel, and panel may like to choose some of the those aspects to reflect upon, and that may be helpful. And why I want to take this opportunity while I'm giving an opening kind of things, that we are also working under the government of India, assigned a very important intervention to us, is to come up with a 25 years disaster research agenda. So for lightning, in fact, only some interventions of research are there, like the places where we have seen the increase in the incidences of the lightning, and we had been able to record over past years. And Dr. Sanjay Srivastava can also agree to that, and may also reflect upon this. What kind of lateral research gaps are there? For example, what are the changes in geomagnetism and such kind of events, particularly when the land use change is also taking place and combined with the extreme events. So when the sudden heavy downpour is there and sudden change in the atmospheric pressure is there, and particularly the incidences the triggered by the western disturbances, do we find such kind of the occasions where we find more number of lightning events, or any other kind of combinations? Do we also relate with the kind of built up area that we are developing, or there is no relationship? So basically, this is also a very important area of the research, so that we can really understand, and that will help us in improving our early warning system. At least some kind of understanding of the identification of the sites or the areas where such kind of incidents are occurring more, because this is a reality that certain locations are more prone to the lightning. Second thing, that the protocols for lightning. So there, as we say that the information is basically the most important. That the Chetavni hi bachao, what we call it in Hindi, the personal level. So that is very important, where the rural folks are not actually so aware, and they are not having that kind of understanding that they can really understand the national or state level the alert and warning about lightning. So local mechanisms, wherever the local mechanisms have we have put stress on local mechanisms, the results are showing that good examples. So that is also very important, that we do some kind of study on the initiatives for the lightning preparedness. And there, in fact, ICARS, IT Roorkee would be very happy to join on both. One is that in identifying the research gaps and integrating with the 25 years research agenda, which is being authored by the team of ICARS, and combining with many other institutions, including NDMA, and also in undertaking some kind of research that the multilateral dimensions and multidisciplinary aspects of lightning. So second thing is this. And the third thing, that they basically bioindicators. India is a land where we have been talking about the Indian knowledge system, and in the earlier time we have been respecting the traditional wisdom. In fact, in lightning related issues also, I think we have some good clue of the traditional wisdom of understanding whether in such kind of event, lightning is very much possible. And we recall that our grandfather, grandmother, they used to warn us about certain things, that if this is happening, then it is going to be having precipitate little more For example, if precipitation during rainfall, the water on the floor, it is forming a balloon. Then they used to call that it is going to be heavy rain for a little more time. So can we do some kind of research on those areas also? And there also we would be happy to join. And maybe the behavior of the animals, behavior of the other things can also be thought of. So I will not be standing long for between the specialist speakers, because we have the researchers also, we have the practitioners also, we have the India NIDM, where in fact the center I had started, and I'm happy that the Atisha has joined, and various other speakers are there. And certainly, I again looking forward to listen to their wide variety of views, and then we'll discuss with the Sphere India that how we come up with a kind of a base paper on this, outlining the current status, the key gaps in different areas, and how do we move ahead, and maybe some kind of timelines also. So thank you very much for joining hands with the ICAR Society Roorkee for this initiative, and inviting me to say some flagging some of the issues from my side. Thank you very much, and looking forward to your wonderful deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gupta sir. As usual, it was great listening to you. Next is our scheduled was Dr. Udaykant Mishra sir, but sir has not been able to join. From Bihar SDMA, on sir's behalf, Mr. Verma has joined, Mr. Sandeep Verma. Sir, can you please uh, open and can you please make the inaugural address? Sandeep Verma ji, are you here? Okay, if not, then may I move to the UP SDMA, Uttar Pradesh? There is Mr. Nikhil from the UP SDMA.
Good afternoon,
Nikhil ji, over to
everyone.
you, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
thank
over
you.
to you.
Thank you, Omkar. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, distinguished speakers and seniors who have been working in the field of lightning and mitigation of lightning for quite a long time. I'm Nikhil. I'm from Uttar Pradesh State Disaster Management Authority, and I'm here to give you a little picture about the lightning and its effects in the Uttar Pradesh. So, UP has government of Uttar Pradesh has notified lightning as a disaster. So it's a notified disaster in our state. So we give compensation on lightning deaths. But the major problem which we face is the intensity of lightning and the number of deaths, which is quite high in our state. So as far as the geographical conditions are concerned, so we face lightning in mostly the southern east part of the state. Our major districts like Sonbhadra, Mirzapur, Prayagraj, Chandauli, Ghazipur, Banda, these districts have been facing the lightning incidences for quite long time. And for last 2 to 3 years, we have been seeing a shift also in addition to these districts, some central districts such as Kanpur, Unnao, Fatehpur, they have also been taking the hit of lightning, and the number of incidences and deaths due to lightning have increased in some central parts also. So currently, our early warning system is based on the warnings which IMD issues, and we work on those warnings, and we try to disseminate the warnings given by IMD and or the Sachet app to the grassroots level and to the up to the district level. So we have a early warning dissemination SOP. We have developed it where the warning which has been issued by the IMD is disseminated to the district EOCs through state EOC. And from district EOCs, three departments, we give the warnings to three particular departments: revenue, rural development, and police. So through these three departments, we try to reach the village Gram Pradhan on their phone through WhatsApp and SMSs. And in some areas, we also are planning to install some public address systems. But the major issue which we feel is not the detection, it's the dissemination. The dissemination up to the ground level is quite important during the lightning. And as UP has the vast area and we have uh, the large area, I think the one of the largest areas which is being affected by the lightning across the country. So the dissemination up to the grassroots level still remains the challenge. Another part is which is very important for the lightning mitigation is the awareness program. And for last 3 years, we have been running lightning awareness program. First, at the in first phase, we have covered Sonbhadra, Mirzapur, and Prayagraj, the most affected districts. In these districts, we have sensitized the administration, the officers at the district level and block level. Also, we have gone to the village level. In villages, we have conducted one-day workshops with the Gram Pradhan and other villagers for their sensitization on the lightning related issues. Uh, we have till now we have covered the four major districts: Prayagraj, Lalitpur, Sonbhadra, and Mirzapur, and the 51 blocks of these districts and 100 and 3,383 villages of these districts. And we are planning for 10 more districts for the awareness program. In these districts, we have also run the e-rickshaws and the awareness through the loudspeaker and miking. In addition to this, we have also installed a we have also installed one device as a pilot project in Dudhi block of Sonbhadra districts, which have given good results. For it gives us the fair amount of warning and siren system is there. The key challenges which we are facing, as I already mentioned, is availability of localized early warning in a shorter duration of time. Shorter time frame is very important because it will not be feasible for the authorities to give the district level warning or the for 3 hours or 6 hours. So it will not be feasible for anyone to just stop all the activities for 3 to 4 hours. So the shorter time frame is a challenge. Localized warning is also a challenge, and lack of awareness is at grassroots level. That is also one major issue which needs to be addressed, and we are trying to address that issue through the Vajrapat Suraksha Karikram and other awareness issues. So that is all from my side, and I request the moderator to move ahead with the program.
Thank you, Nikhilji. Thank you for your valuable remarks. May I check again with Mr. Sandeep from Bihar SDMA? Mr. Sandeep, are you there by any chance? Or anyone else from
Sir,
Bihar?
sir, sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please.
Sir,
Over to
Honorable
you.
VC are busy in an important meeting, so
Yes.
he's not able to attend.
So will you be speaking on his behalf?
Sir, Bihar has witnessed a recurring pattern of deadly natural disasters. Factor contributing to Bihar high vulnerability to lightning, climate and terrain. Bihar humid subtropical climate and terrain, marked by high temperature and monsoon rains, promotes thunderstorm जो है formation. Sorry, rural exposure with a largely rural population dependent on agriculture. Many people exposed while working in open fields, and villages often lack of tall buildings or shelters, lightning protection equipments, increasing vulnerability also. and low awareness in rural areas also a factor of lightning strikes and loss of lives. Impacts of climate change is also a big problem for all of us. And BSDMA is doing its best to control lightning effects or deaths by sending electronic alerts up to panchayat levels. Besides sending electronic alerts, it also sends alert to a large number of professionals, including trained volunteers as community volunteers, safe swimmers, masons, trained masons, Jivika Didi, community volunteers who have been trained by the uh, authority or BSDMA. Miking for alert is regularly done on panchayat level. Further, with the help of SAC and BMSK, Bihar Mosam Seva Kendra and Space Application Center, early warning and thunderstorm and lightning are under validations. Nitish Pandit, Nitish means novel innovation technological intervention for safety of human lives. सर इसके बारे में बताना चाहेंगे कि नीतीश पेंडेंट जो है एक अच्छा एक इक्विपमेंट है जो कि एनआईटी पटना के साथ मिलके जो है बीएसडीएमए ने इसको बनाया जा रहा है बीएसडीएमए के साथ। और ये जो है इसका जो बेसिक मतलब सबसे ज्यादा इसका एडवांटेज रहेगा कि ये बनाया जा रहा है लाइटनिंग प्रिवेंशन को लेके ही। जो लोग जो है ओपन फील्ड्स में काम करते हैं, चाहे वो फार्मर्स हैं, चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चर वर्कर्स हैं, उन लोगों के लिए जो है, क्योंकि वो लोग जो है एक बिल्कुल ग्रास रूट लेवल से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं और उनके पास जो है वो इक्विपमेंट या जो स्मार्टफोन फैसिलिटी है वो मोबाइल तक भी वो जो है ओपन फील्ड्स में या खेतों में लेके नहीं जा पाते हैं या जाते भी नहीं है। तो उनको देखते हुए इस पेंडेंट को सर बनाया जा रहा है। और इस पेंडेंट की खासियत है कि ये पेंडेंट जो है जैसे ही मतलब उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में जो है आपके मौसम कुछ खराब दिखेगा, लाइटनिंग का इफेक्ट होने वाला होगा, तो वो जो है 3 तरीके से काम करेगा सर। एक तो वो बीप करेगा, ठीक है सर, और दूसरा वो वाइब्रेट भी करेगा। जो है वो डिसेबल पीपल्स को देखते हुए भी बनाया गया है। हो सकता है कोई डीफ डम्ब हो, कोई जो है देख नहीं सकता हो। और इसमें जो है सर इसका एक और बड़ा एडवांटेज ये रहेगा कि ये थर्मल चार्जेबल होगा, मतलब ये आपकी बॉडी से ही हीट लेगा और उसी से जो है ये चार्ज होगा। तो सर इस पे जो है अभी काम चल रहा है और ये जल्दी ही हम लोग जो है इसको मतलब वर्किंग में लेके आएंगे और इसको जल्दी लॉन्च किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा सर जो है अभी हम लोगों ने अभी एक प्रोजेक्ट भी जो है कंप्लीट किया है इसके रिगार्डिंग, लाइटनिंग प्रिवेंशन के रिगार्डिंग। एक पायलट फेज में हम लोगों ने लास्ट ईयर जो है टॉप 7 जो हमारे जिले हैं जो प्रभावित रहते हैं ज्यादा लाइटनिंग से, उनके लिए हम लोगों ने एक प्रोजेक्ट बनाया था जिसमें हम लोगों ने जो है अलग अलग तरीके से लोगों को अवेयर करने का और उनका कैपेसिटी बिल्ड करने के लिए जो है कंपोनेंट्स वाइज हम लोगों ने बनाया था। लेकिन इस बार 2025 और 26 में हम लोगों ने पूरे बिहार के 38 जिले के लिए जो है एक प्लान बनाया है, जो कि अभी जो है डीएमडी डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में गया है ऑब्जर्वेशन के रिगार्डिंग। और जिसमें अभी जो है अगर अवेयरनेस की बात करें सर, तो हम लोगों ने जो है हर डिजास्टर पे जो है छोटी छोटी मूवी क्लिप्स बनाई हैं, कार्टून बेस्ड हैं, जो कि लोगों को बहुत ज्यादा सर उसका अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स हमें मिल भी रहा है। हम लोग जो है उसको हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जितना भी डिजिटल स्क्रीन्स है, हमारे रेलवे स्टेशन पे डिजिटल स्क्रीन्स लगी है, बस स्टैंड्स हैं और एयरपोर्ट्स हैं और जो है म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन का भी जो है मार्केट के अंदर जो स्क्रीन लगा होता है, हर जगह सर हम लोग जो है उसको प्ले करते हैं, जिससे जो है लोग काफी अट्रैक्ट भी हो रहे हैं। और धीरे धीरे, क्योंकि सर एकदम से इसका प्रभाव हम लोग नहीं देख सकते हैं, समय के साथ साथ जो है जैसे जैसे लोगों तक वो चीजें पहुंचेंगी उसका प्रभाव हमें देखने को मिलेगा। इसके अलावा सर हम लोग जो है सेफ सैटरडे और सेफ संडे और सेफ थर्सडे हम लोग जो है स्कूल्स में जो है बच्चों को, जो हमारे ट्रेन टीचर्स हैं उनके थ्रू हम लोग जो है बच्चों को ये चीजें सिखा भी रहे हैं। हम वो सीजनल है, वो जैसे अभी लाइटनिंग का टाइम है, ड्राउनिंग का टाइम है, तो वो एक कैलेंडर बेस्ड है। हम लोग उनको जो है अभी लाइटनिंग का और ड्राउनिंग के रिगार्डिंग जो है उन बच्चों को सिखाया जा रहा है। अभी जैसे ये समय बीत जाएगा, जो है फोक का टाइम आ जाएगा, तो उस टाइम पे जो है वो कैलेंडर अपने आप ही उस मंथ में चेंज होके जो है वो रोड एक्सीडेंट पे आ जाएगा। तो उन बच्चों को जो है फिर वो रोड एक्सीडेंट के रिगार्डिंग जो है वो चीज़ें सिखाएंगे। और इसी के साथ साथ सर, और नुक्कड़ नाटक के थ्रू है, अवेयरनेस व्हीकल है, पपेट शो सर। पपेट शो एक काफी अच्छा जो है, इसका भी एक रिस्पॉन्स हमें बहुत अच्छा मिला है। इसका स्क्रिप्ट बकायदा जो है BSDMA से हम लोग अनुमोदित करते हैं। और ये लोग भी जो है ग्राम पंचायत लेवल में जाके, विलेजेस में जाके अपने अपने शोज करते हैं। और उनके थ्रू जो है हम लोग लोगों को मतलब कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि नए नए तरीके, इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके जिससे लोग अट्रैक्ट हों, उनके थ्रू हम लोगों तक जाएं, और ताकि वो उसमें इंटरेस्ट लेके उसको सीखें, उसको सुने समझे। तो सर यही चीजें हैं जिनको लेके हम लोग अभी काम भी कर रहे हैं। बाकी थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Am I audible? Yeah.
सर
Okay. Thank you, संदीप जी। आई थिंक बिहार से हमें बहुत दो या तीन काफी अच्छे नए चीजें सीखने मिले, एटलीस्ट मुझे। वन इज द पेंडेंट, वन इज द वे यू डिसमिनेट योर अर्ली वार्निंग, सो दैट इज अमेजिंग। Congratulations. Hope other states and other stakeholders can learn from it.
थैंक यू सर।
Unfortunately, we don't have anybody from Chhattisgarh. So we are moving to the next session, which is by Dr. Soma Sen. She is a scientist F from the IMD. Ma'am has been working with IMD since 1998. She has a master's postgraduate degree in physics from University of Delhi. Ma'am is currently IMD's national spokesperson, and she also has many other, I mean, she's quite a decorated person academically. She also is a mentor to a lot of doctoral students, and she has been researching in this domain on behalf in IMD. So over to you, ma'am. Lightning, I would like to just add one line. A lightning is one of these disasters which is, which has a lot of science. I mean, every disaster has its own science, but lightning is little, it has little more. I mean, there are a lot of things that we hear, जमीन में मिट्टी में आयन ज्यादा है तो वहां lightning होगा. Yeah, so lot of ambiguity is also there and lot of research is there. So please enlighten us on that, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Omkar. It's very kind of you to invite me to speak to this session. Uh, can I share my presentation, please?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. So this is just it's a 10-minute session. I'll try to focus on the main aspects that you just discussed. The subject I've been given to talk about is lightning trends and impact. So we do not only want to talk of lightning right now, but also its trend. That's an important aspect. Both the within the year, how what is the trend, and what is the trend in the past, and what is the trend likely to be in the future. So that is the aspect of trend we will see, and then the impact, why it happens, where it happens, and that is how our mitigation measures can be more effective. So I think these were the three pointers provided to me by Mr. Vishnu in his concept note. So I'll try to focus on each of them. Please bear with it if I diverge slightly, because that will be on account of keeping you informed with the latest developments from IMD regarding weather forecasting. So, firstly, about IMD, India Meteorological Department is the official organization for uh, the operational forecast of lightning, thunderstorms, mainly thunderstorms and associated phenomena such as lightning, hail, gusty winds, all these phenomena. So IMD functions round the clock, and we have the state meteorological offices throughout the country who are available to issue forecasts round the clock in a seamless manner from climate scale to nowcast scale, which means from a scale where we are talking of 3 to 4 months in advance to maybe a century in advance to from a century in advance to 3 to 4 months in advance to 15 days to 7 days to 1 day to 3 hours. So that is the way IMD's forecast strategy moves. What is a thunderstorm? Firstly, let us try to see it this way. When we talk of lightning, lightning occurs in thunderstorms. The visual part is lightning, the audible part is thunderstorm. All clouds do not give thunderstorms. This is something we must keep in mind. So, only when clouds develop from their basic cumulus stage, it becomes a cumulus congested stage, and that looks something like a growing cauliflower. And then it has a cumulonimbus stage. Why we are mentioning this particular stage is at this stage there are ice particles within a cloud, there is charging within the cloud, because of which charge accumulation happens, and then there is lightning, cloud to ground lightning and intercloud lightning. Both are equally important, but cloud to ground lightning is dangerous for the public. Of course, I have not gone into the nitty gritties of how lightning is also a very useful thing for fixing nitrates. Our cropping is our agriculture practices very much. It is the unspoken contributor to growth of good crops throughout the country because of the nitrate fixation that happens during lightning. So when we look for pardon me for speaking in terms of a forecaster, weather forecaster, because this is what we look for when a thunderstorm is likely to happen. There should be high surface temperature. There has to be some mechanism for uplift of the air. There has to be moisture and there has to be vertical shield. All our products revolve around these four aspects. All the products that we as operational forecasts monitor in order to give a forecast. But again, these four factors are not available daily throughout the country at all times. When we are talking of why I'm mentioning these four factors is because when we are talking of trends, when we are talking of interannual and long-term trends, these four factors are the main movers because the way they intersect decides the kind of thunderstorm we have and the devastating potential from such thunderstorms. Now, these thunderstorms, like I said, there will maybe rainfall. A little later in the year, you will start getting rainfall. Uh, you will start getting, you already have started getting high winds and hail throughout most of the country. And lightning. Again, lightning is gradually going to increase. Lightning events are going to increase from now up to maybe the month of July or August. If you see the lightning pattern, you see it very closely follows the thunderstorm pattern. That is, the why I'm highlighting a correlation between them is because lightning measurement is a very recent phenomenon. The recent means last 15 to 20 years we have been measuring lightning. But thunderstorm measurement, which is the audible part of the lightning discharge, is there for a long time. For the last 50 to 60 years, we have data of uh, thunderstorms. So when the two match, or rather to get a credible pattern of the climatology of lightning, we also need to consider whether it is matching uh, with the pattern of thunderstorm. If you see in the months of December, January, and February, the lightning frequency is mainly over the western Himalayan region and adjoining plains. Very less lightning happens in the remaining parts of the country. But when we start from March to May, you will see that three main regions form up. One is over the Western Himalayan region, one is over the Southwest Peninsular India, one is over Northeast India, and slightly less, much less over East India. And these are the three regions during the pre-monsoon season. During the monsoon season, the pattern changes and it becomes highest frequency of lightning during June to August will be over the Western Himalayan region and partly over this East India. By September to November, we find that this lightning is much less, but is focused mainly on the Western Himalayan region. I want you to spend 1 minute keeping this in your memory when we talk of the deaths associated with lightning, because that is the subject of today's discussion, because this is the pattern of lightning. But as you will see, this is not the pattern of deaths. This is not the pattern of vulnerability. This is not the pattern of risk. This has many other factors built. Therefore, the vulnerability or the potential for death, potential for damages, potential for destruction has other factors built into it rather than just the lightning frequency. This is something one must keep in mind. The second factor one has to keep in mind is lightning and thunderstorm is a very variable quantity, in the sense that in 1 year you might get a district of, say, Prayagraj will be the most lightning, not Prayagraj, let us say Kyonjhar. Kyonjhar will be the most lightning prone in 1 year. In another year, it may be the third most lightning prone. What I'm trying to say is that you can highlight the districts which get more lightning, but that changes from year to year. That is where the necessity for comparing it with thunderstorm climatology is important. Keeping these two factors in mind, one must also remember why we are having this discussion. If this is a regular factor, why do we need to discuss? This is because, again, another factor you must remember that this East Central India and Northeast India, in both these regions, if you see, thunderstorm frequencies are gradually increasing in the last few years. Over East India, which is this region A, this orange colored, starting from 1994 or 95, we are having a gradually increasing trend in lightning. And over Northeast India, the trend has started later, maybe 1999, 1998. But that too has an increasing trend. This is a very significant result, because when you see this is for thunderstorm, this is for lightning, you will note that this particular region is also in lightning terms of lightning, which is a shorter data set. You can see that there is an increasing trend in lightning. Like I mentioned, when we talk of light deaths due to lightning, which is what is the significant question of the day today, Jammu Kashmir or Punjab, lightning is, although it is one of the hot spots for lightning, number of deaths is much less than 50. Whereas central India, if you see Maharashtra, for example, lightning is much less than Jammu Kashmir, but death is much higher. So why does that happen? There's another fact you must keep in mind. You see the figure above that lightning, the deaths are gradually increasing through the years. So despite all that we are doing, despite all the improvements we are bringing into the picture, we are not able to make a significant difference. Let us be frank, we are not able to make a very significant difference. And that is why such meetings are necessary, such discussions are necessary, because the awareness is less as compared to the occurrence. Just another factor I want to show you. This is I picked out from one of the studies. Government of Bihar, for example, pays 4 lakhs. The Bihar SDM is here, they may confirm. I have just picked it up from the net. 4 lakhs to the next of kin of the deceased. There are 400 casualties per year. Its annual compensation is about 16 crores. You must remember the figure. It is such a huge amount the government exchequer is sending, and we are just talking the economic terms. Human terms, for damages, for disability, for death of livestock has not been accounted for. So this is something of this is a subject that requires very prompt and necessary effort. So we were discussing why are some regions so vulnerable. I will go through one of each of these in turn, but I would like you to remember what our our colleague from UPSDM has just said that there are some districts, he has just mentioned, say the Sonbhadra district and Mirzapur, Prayagraj. You see, these are the regions with much less lightning compared to northwest. Sorry, these are much less compared to maybe Himachal Pradesh, just as an example. So that means, and here if you see, in fact, if you see, Western UP has higher lightning probability compared to Eastern UP. However, deaths, as he has rightly pointed out, is more over southeast of Uttar Pradesh. When we look at these conditions, then there are many factors which play into this when we talk of lightning vulnerability. First is population density. This is a Google map from 2018. This I picked up, so please pardon me for the contours of Jammu Kashmir. If you see, this North Indian Doab region is the most densely populated area. So, any lightning strike, there is a higher probability of deaths, or the risk, the vulnerability of the people because of the higher population concentration is more over the states of, say, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Bengal, these, and Assam. The simultaneously, the orography that he just talked about, that the gentleman from Bihar just talked about, it is also very, the terrain has a major effect. The districts of Bihar, if you see, although entire Bihar is highly populated, the districts of Bihar that are highly vulnerable are not the same as the most populated districts. This also has to be kept in mind. The other thing is the diurnal climatology of thunderstorms in May. I'm not pulling you into science, but I would like you to look at this map in a very broad way. You see, much of India, thunderstorm happens during the afternoon, evening hours. What does that mean? The afternoon, evening hours is the time when most people are outside of their house for different activities. So the vulnerability of that population is immense. When we are talking in this way, then we are talking in terms of farmers in the fields, children coming back from school, and of course, anybody, the shopkeepers, anybody who's outside on the street is vulnerable. On the other hand, if you see northeast India, which I said is the third hotspot, the lightning frequency is highest during the night when people are within their houses, when vulnerability is much less. That is why the risk in northeast is much less compared to the risk over Bengal, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar. This is at Orissa and UP, Uttar Pradesh and East Madhya Pradesh. So these are the regions where afternoon thunderstorms and no signature from the morning means that nobody is prepared very much, and you cannot say stop all activities for the day. The gentleman from Bihar very nicely said, you cannot just say stop all activities for the day. There may be a thunderstorm. So that localized action of thunderstorm is an afternoon fact, and that for that we need, we do not have the signature very early in the day for exact location of the occurrence. This is our weakness, and this is something that gradually will improve, but will not have a overnight change in the improvement. The next factor is the character of the thunderstorm is different for different periods of the year. You have noted that some states have only just started their activities related to lightning warning. On the other hand, if you see the newspapers, in the month of April, around 40 people have died in Bihar from one or two episodes of thunderstorms. This generally never happens. So, one of the major factors is moisture. Like I said in the beginning, that there are four factors which matter for a thunderstorm formation, but amongst them, moisture is one of the main factors for cloud to ground lightning to occur. These are, I'm not delving into the results, these are well proven results which show that lightning is in frequency increases as the relative humidity of the atmosphere increases. What does that mean? That means that states like Jharkhand, Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, where the Bay of Bengal moisture is very important, Generally, during monsoon onset, maximum frequency of deaths happen. These deaths that happened this time also happened because there was a strong synoptic forcing, lot of moisture came. So this system, this means that the occurrence of thunderstorm is not to be considered as a knee-jerk reaction that no action can take place. It is we have to also quantify that in terms of potential for cloud to ground lightning. So all our forecasts, nowcasts are nowadays targeted more towards whether there will be lightning or gusty wind or hail. That is the effect, but that is an impact we can only give on a 1 to 3 hour scale, because local, unless it is very localized and specific, we cannot overwarn the public. This is exactly what I'm trying to say in a larger pattern. If you see this red colored regions here, the cloud to cloud lightning, cloud to intercloud lightning is more prominent, whereas the blue regions are where cloud to ground lightning is more prominent. Please see where the cloud to ground. Now remember two things. One is the timing and whether there is more cloud to ground lightning. In the, if you see the cloud, the northwest India where there was high probability of lightning, it is mainly intercloud or cloud to cloud lightning. That doesn't have much impact. Whereas east and east central India, you see pre-monsoon, monsoon season, it is mainly cloud to ground lightning. So cloud to ground lightning in the afternoon. These are two major disastrous things that happen. The other factor is life cycle of the people. The months when the maximum reports of deaths come, it is April, May, June, July. In East India, April and May is the month when the Boro paddy is harvested. Thereafter, paddy transplantation starts. For both the activities are tuned to our Indian crop calendars, tuned to the monsoon onset. Farmers see clouds in the sky, they rush to either harvest their crops or they rush to transplant their crops. Both activities means they are in the harm's way during the day, especially in the middle of the day when they are not carrying their mobiles, they are working in the field. The other thing is school children. You may not be aware, but in Bihar, for example, the one of the highest categories of deaths is school children below the age of 18. So somewhere we are missing the story. Children on their way home, when they're seeing clouds in the sky, and when the parents receive the warning, they're not get the message is not transmitting to the kids, and they form one of the most vulnerable parts of the population. I will not go into our IMD forecasting things. I have kept them in the presentation. I can share it, but please see this is the way we do it in IMD. We have a medium
Ma'am,
range.
may I request you to sum up in 3 minutes?
I will sum up in okay, 3 minutes.
Three,
Excellent.
4 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. So I'm sorry I took so much time. This is a medium range to short range. We do it from Delhi, and nowcast every 3 hours. We do it from the various centers of IMD. This is catering to various sectors, not just the government, but also various media groups, defense, VIP movements, any cultural events, sports, Kumbh Mela, everything we are catering in terms of nowcast. Now, this is our nowcast page, and this is the kind of 3 hourly nowcasts that are issued, and these are the categories for which it is issued. This is our accuracy figure. If you see, our from 2016 to 2024, our forecast accuracy has become 3 times, nearly 3 times. So our probability of detection, our false alarms have, and so has our say the ETS score and other scores. So something we are doing right. Similarly, if you see our 3 hourly nowcast, that too has improved significantly, but somewhere we are missing. The missing is, and we are having pre-season and response capabilities, but what are we missing? We are, that is more important to discuss in this forum. We are missing is the last mile reach problem. It is not reaching to the last mile. The forecast is improving, the methods of communication are improving, but it is not reaching the last mile. There we need all your help. All our mobile apps are available. all we try our best to remove these breaks that are there, but we need quicker time around, turnaround. That is where we are failing. Quicker turnaround in terms of public reaction. In the forecast scale, we have optimized, but the public turnaround, public sensitivity has to be improved. Common alert protocol we are using, our NDMA colleagues have put it up. So that is all. I think I have summed up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think you brought out very clearly how we need to link science and the government part or the social development side part. Next session is on community risk and rural vulnerability in high frequency zone. Our speaker is Dr. Jason Varghese, who is program lead for Caritas India. Mr. Varghese is in Caritas since 4 years, and before that, he has been working with the UNDP. So, over to you, Dr. Varghese.
Thank you, Omkar. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank Sphere India, UNICEF, and all the collaborators who organize this program. Myself, Jason, representing Caritas India. Many of you know about Caritas India. Caritas is a 62 years organization, and our strongest pillar of our implementation, our engagement is disaster reduction. However, lightening resilience is something new to us. Like last 6 years, we are into this lightening awareness and education programs. Of course, one of the motivation factor was the CROPSI, Colonel Sanjay Srivastava, and second factor, Nehru Yuva Kendra Bihar. So these two organizations really motivated us, like a national organization, to get into this lightening resilience to a smaller way. So I will give some of our experience and some part of vulnerability HRVC assessment we have done in some part of Jharkhand with the main focus on lightening I will share. So also I'm very grateful to our former speaker, Dr. Soma Shamroy, who has really explained about the science. So here Caritas will try to connect the society, how it is connected, the science is connected with the society and the people. I have a PowerPoint presentation, let me share it. Omkar, is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
It is. It is.
Thank you.
Can you put?
It's in the full mode, right? Full.
Yes, yes. It's a screen, full screen.
Okay, thank you. So you can see a picture. We have set up a stall in Bihar Divas in Gandhi Maidan in Patna. We have a person from State Disaster Management of the Bihar also there. The BSDMA has given this opportunity to us to explain our lightning resilient model, a small lightning protection model we have designed with the technical support from COPSI and training support from Nehru Yokendra, and that we have explaining to the youth. And you can see the different applications, the early warning applications that have been already demonstrated in that kiosk. So we are also communicating the people how they can access those apps, which is already developed by the IMD side and the state disaster management side. This is a slogan, when thunder roars, go indoors. I think this is a very common statement, but I was so surprised how a simple message is coming like a slogan of a lightning awareness week celebration of one of an American university. So when thunder roars, go indoors. It was so touching, but nothing new here. But look at the behavioral change communication can really
bring a good impact in terms of human safety, human life protection. So I'm also from Kerala. When I was a childhood, whenever my childhood time, um, my parents or my relatives, my teachers, they used to tell me, when the rain comes, they will ask us to go inside, go inside. That is the way they are communicating to us. So we are not comfortable when the rain comes, because we know rain is always associated with lightning and thunder. But I've been observing in Delhi, when the rain comes, how people are so fascinated to see the whistling and rain, because that is not a regular phenomenon in Delhi. So in this case, the role of awareness and role of behavioral change and role of action based on this behavioral change is very, very, very important. This slide is giving some idea, alarming idea, how intense this problem is, the lightning. We can see lightning is not free. I mean, people are, the school children are vulnerable. You can see the school children in Koderma, 9 students died in this April 2025. You can see Anganwadi workers are not safe. The Anganwadi infrastructure is not safe. And over 160 people killed by lightning in last 2 months, March and April 2025. This is very, very alarming situation. So not only the human beings, the livestock, there are 100 livestock killed in Himachal Pradesh because of the lightning. These all are news reported cases, but we can see how many unreported cases are there. Also in last 25 days before, there are 61 people died in Bihar. It's all very, very alarming. Looking at the overall data, there are 32% of the overall disaster deaths are due to lightning strikes. Our the person who spoke initially, Gupta sir, was telling about this. Drowning is there, lightning also there. These two are contributing to the major deaths due to the hazardous. But there is no adequate attention is given to these two. I'm sure. Of course, there are community-based the training, swimming training is already there, but lightning is not given adequate attention so far. So this is one observation. So 96% of the lightning deaths are in rural areas. Of course, rural India, they are farmers. 70%, 77% of the vulnerable people are farmers. These are the major summary, the major highlight of the disaster, the lightning vulnerability. Also, it affecting the livelihood, livestock, the infrastructure. Another point I learned is a study by University of California. Every 1 degree rise in temperature, there will be a 12% rise in light. You see how the climate change is really contributing to this lightning. So 1%, 1 degree rise in temperature can lead to 12% in the light. Also, the PROPSI IMD lightning study report, so it all report 3 years back report, it is saying there is 34% rise in the lightning strikes in India. But when it compared to some states like Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, and Maharashtra, 30% to 100% rise. You see how this important, how this the issue is relevant, how this sector is relevant. You can see this for graph how the lightning strikes is moving ahead. Except Jharkhand, all other these states where we have done, where I have done some review, all the areas lightning strikes are going up. If you look at the lightning deaths category wise, 60-70% of the farmers, 34% of the women, and 35% children. So farmers are always vulnerable. If you look at the area, urban areas are 4% vulnerable, and 26% of the people are from the rural areas. When the approach, look at the Caritas India's, we are looking at localization. Local actors are the first responders. We are looking at how we can train the local government, local task force committee members on this lightning issues. And DRR integration is a mandate of the local panchayats. So we are looking at how Caritas India's programs can really helping the local self-government for GPDP integration. and putting this lightning as one of the components of this risk-informed GPDP plan. Also looking at macro level, Caritas India is looking at how the interagency groups where the civil society have a more voice. Of course, where India is nationally it is coordinating. How this lightning can be a discussion points in the um, civil society IAG level. There are tribal farmers, fisher folk are vulnerable. Looking at the housing patterns, the people having kacha houses or huts, they don't have adequate materials to protect their lightning strike from the lightning strike. They are vulnerable. Infrastructures like ICDS centers, healthcare institutions are vulnerable. The household with the metal roofs, which increase the likelihood of the strikes. There are animals, they are vulnerable because they have their 4-point grounding system. So where electricity can flow through their bodies more easily. So animals are more vulnerable than the human being, I would say. This is it's a small part of the HRBC assessment we have done in Kitta village of Sasang Panchayat in Chandua block of Latega district. And we have done this HRBC mainly focused on the lightning. We wanted to see how the lightning impacting in that particular village. We have done the 4 years. So this is not Caritas is documenting. This is the community is documenting through the PDRA exercises. You can see in one village every year the deaths are happening. Average 2 to 3 lightning deaths are happening, and people are getting injured. And there are houses, at least 3 to 4 houses are destroying every year. There are crop losses, and there are animals that are happening, and there are psychosocial disturbance. People are into the trauma. This is also another identified factor. More important, looking at the time you see, it is 2 to 5, 4 to 5, 3 to 5 p.m., 3 to 4. It's always found to be in the afternoon. And the month also, it is July, August, September. These are the months the issues are, the lightnings are happening. Also, you see how the vulnerability assessment contributed. People also have some what need to be done to reduce the vulnerability. There's awareness creation. We have safe shelter. We need to have quick access to the early warning system, and we need to find alternative solutions for protecting the animals. Animal has to be roam freely, and we need to have the lightning protection devices to be installed. There are a lot of solutions that community has shared. Now, when it comes to the recommendations, you see this is the lightning timeline. If you look at January to December, you see which month the pre-monsoon time is vulnerable. So we need to look at the HRVC assessment, knowledge and training, early warning and mitigation activities to be done accordingly. So that it has to be done in the month of April and May, so that we can protect the life of the people. Now, see, Caritas has come up with a low-cost lightning protection devices with a cycle rim, with copper wire, with the use of charcoal, salt. It's simple earthing system, and this has a lightning protection zone of 20 feet radius can be protected through this. And you can see the photograph, and you see the materials required. We need a cycle rim, bamboo, copper wire, iron rod, charcoal, salt, and you can see the cost for this. It is coming only 2,525 rupees. We can save a life, but there are many criticism over this. I'm admitting that, because we try to do some scientific validation, but it's like an indigenous system, indigenous practices we have introduced with the low-cost materials. But we are confident that this is a kind of a tools for behavioral change communication in the field where we have introduced this. We have introduced this model in 40 households in Kawakul block of Nawada district, Bihar. And now we are moving to the Jharkhand and Odisha, this model. And we are confident to say that after installing this, not find any lightning deaths in that area where we have installed this model. But we are trying to install this model in the farm areas to attach with the pump
Dr. Varghese,
house. Yes,
2 minutes,
concluding it.
1 or 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm concluding it. Okay, so this is something we try to communicate to the participants. We need to look at some indigenous blog post lightning protection devices, and we are investing such a huge amount of money to protect our laptop, protect our fridge, buying stabilizer, inverter. So why don't we invest a small amount for saving our human life? This is the social question we are asking to ourselves, and we are motivating the people. These are some of the recommendations, like lightning focused HRVC of we can be looking at lightning integrated village level disaster management plan, GPDP integration, and the proper dissemination of early warning application. Though we have Indravajra, we have Damini app, but the farmers, they are not able to get this information at the proper time because they won't be able to carry this mobile in the field. They will keep this somewhere. So though they are getting early warning before 20 or 25 minutes, but they won't be able to absorb it and take appropriate actions. So for Caritas India, we have attached a siren a hooter system along with the cycle rim model we have introduced. So and this task force committee members are doing that early warning with the hooter operation. This is something we are now introducing into the Jharkhand as well. Then awareness campaign and community and schools, lightning education curriculum in the school safety plan, something is important. Implementation of lightning early warning protocol through appropriate channel by engaging the community. Then houses, institutions, our shelter homes, especially the flood shelters, they can be added with this lightning protection devices. We can look at the convergence of Prime Minister Awas Yojana programs while we are implementing this. The lightning protection device can be a must or mandatory element while we are constructing the small houses. Then we can look at Indradoot at GP level, the person who is responsible to help the community to get the proper dissemination and early warning, and also provide psychosocial support to them and connect them to the different government schemes. Then risk transfer mechanism like road transport. So we can look at these are some of the photographs we have done in Bihar for the children education. Lightning awareness campaign, we are partnered with the Cropsy. So thank you. I'm stopping here. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Omkar.
Thank you for your insightful speech, the talk, Dr. Varghese. Our next talk is on strengthening capacities for lightning resilience. Our speaker is someone with a unique set of uh, skill sets, which is health, public health, and disaster management. Ms. Atisha Sood from the NIDM. She has been she is a consultant right now, a public health consultant at the NIDM, Ministry of Home Affairs. She has a rich experience of working on various projects with the National Chemical and Petrochemical Disaster Management Plans with the Ministry of Chemical and Petrochemicals. Previously, she has worked on health resilience and capacity building with WHO. She has many other academic research work on her hat. She's committed for advancements in disaster management and developing frameworks. So I welcome Ms. Sood to take over and kindly make your presentation.
Thank you, Omkarji. Uh, so the topic that has been assigned to me is strengthening capacities for lightning resilience. I have short time to complete this up. I have approximately 5 minutes. So I do not have a presentation with me, but I do have 5 points that I want to highlight under this. As we know that lightning, unlike many other disasters, strikes with almost no visible warning. And yet we know where it strikes the most, when it strikes the most, and whom it strikes the most. So the tragedy lies not in the unpredictability of the hazard, but in the predictability of its results. So every year, hundreds of lives, especially in the rural India, they lose loved ones to lightning, and the death mortality from lightning is very tragic. It is very tragic for somebody who is experiencing it, as well as the family members of the ones who are who have lost their life, right? So it these are preventable deaths, and today we must reaffirm that no life should be at lost due to a disaster that we can anticipate and mitigate at the same time. So I have 5 points that I want to highlight. First is the first responders at the right level, which is how we empower the real heroes. For this, we have to begin with the first layer of protection, wherein we focus on community first responders. These aren't necessarily uniform emergency teams, but rather maybe school teachers who dismiss the class students a little early, ASHA workers who tell people to stay indoors, or panchayat leaders who stop the field work at the right time after a warning is provided, right? For this, I have three actionable points maybe that we can do. We can incorporate lightning preparedness in the community-based disaster risk management by training across gram panchayats, especially in vulnerable districts of UP, MP, Bihar, and Jharkhand. Then we can design lightning risk awareness toolkits for school, health centers, and self-help groups. These should be simple, localized, and pictorial material that are ready for reference, like maybe safe versus unsafe shelters, what to do if somebody is struck, and how to detect warning signs. And we can also partner with local institutions to conduct pre-monsoon drills with community volunteers by simulating real-life scenarios using case-based and participatory methods. Second point is by strengthening early warning communication and reaching the last mile. India, although has built a very strong detection capacity through IMD's Lightning Network and apps like Damini, which has already been highlighted. But in areas where there is low digital literacy, poor mobile connectivity, or no electricity at all, so warning signs don't necessarily reach the people who need it the most, right? For this, the problem is not always forecast, but actually with the communication chain that exists. For this, what can be done is we can decentralize the interpretation and relay of alerts by training local volunteers to track IMD's updates and immediately inform others by various means, maybe through handheld megaphones, loudspeakers at schools, Anganwadi centers, or by having WhatsApp broadcast groups for self-help groups, for farmers clubs, and various frontline workers as well. We can also promote the installation of solar powered lightning alert boards in markets or Gram Sabha offices and health sub centers. Uh, and at the same time, we can also use some traditional networks like temple bells, village criers, or school announcements alongside with digital systems to create redundancy in communication. This is the second point. Then the third point is by building convergent and multi-stakeholder capacity. Lightning risk often overlaps with health, education, housing, agriculture, and rural infrastructure. Therefore, training efforts need to be made in bringing all of these sectors together, and not have them break out in silos. They need to adopt a multi-sectoral convergent approach. And for this, what can be done is we can maybe organize district lightning preparedness workshop by involving different stakeholders like the district disaster management authorities, health and education sectors, agriculture extension officers, and forest and power departments. All of these departments can be brought together for having some short workshop on district lightning preparedness. We can also have joint SOPs in specific districts, wherein the responsibilities of each of these sectors are clearly assigned, and who knows what to do, like for example who issues the warnings, who is responsible for clearing school premises, for pausing field work and conducting medical response. So this is also one of the more important points, wherein if people know what they're supposed to do, it's easier to get it done. So, and we can also develop village disaster preparedness plans that include lightning safe shelters, communication focal points, and protocols for casualty handling as well as referral. At NIDM, for this, we are working with state and district governments to mainstream these capacities into Gram Panchayat development plans. We have regular workshops and trainings going on at NIDM for this, and I'm sure from the states that are meeting for this important workshop today, their representatives are also or have been a part of these trainings. So just follow up with them so that we know that these are brought into the village disaster management plans and discussed and talked about. Then the fourth point is by integrating lightning resilience into health and education
Miss
systems.
Toot, please, 1 to 2 minutes, please.
Yes, I just have two more points. So we have to always remember that the interlinkage with health is one of the most important points here, from emergency care across different sectors, as well as to mental support for survivors as well as their families. We cannot also ignore schools, as both are very high risk zones and powerful channels for raising awareness. For this, what can be done is training ANMs, ASHAs, PHC staffs, etc., and also training people in CPR in case of emergency, ensure safe evacuation and SOPs in every school. And we also encourage and work with health department to integrate lightning related injuries and mortalities into IDSP or local health surveillance. The fourth point is by moving towards the culture of preparedness, wherein by building capacity is not just one time event, it is something that needs to be done by fostering a culture of readiness where lightning safety becomes a social norm, much like wearing helmets or buckling seat belts while we sit in a car. So we have to celebrate the stories of local heroes who have maybe helped somebody, saved some lives, so that when they actually act on warnings, communicate with their communities, help the communities out, we highlight those stories so that more people are encouraged on following these examples and come out. So this has been the point, 5 points that I wanted to make and highlight in my talk. And I believe that resilience for lightning does not be, needs to begin way before the clouds for the lightning actually gather. So that was it. We need to focus on community empowerment, cross sector collaboration, as well as grassroots led innovation, and we can make lives lightning resilient and as well as disaster resilient in general. So thank you. That is my contribution to this.
Thank you. Our next session is on voices from the ground, challenges, gaps from in rural preparedness for lightning. So we have two speakers for this session. First is Mr. Amit Kumar Dathich, and second is Mr. Debabrata. So first is let me introduce Mr. Dathich. Mr. Dathich is a professional development professional from 12 years, and he has been working in various domains of awareness generation, training, IC material administration. He has worked with central government, state governments, corporates, in international and local NGOs. He has worked in disaster management, climate act, climate change, adaptation, WASH, healthcare, and via pretty much a holistic profile. And Mr. Dathich is also has a broad multi-stakeholder perspective, which is which is very important for addressing all these uh, disasters. Because that's where we are heading towards. So over to you, Mr. Dadich. Also, may I like we are about 9 minutes behind schedule. May I request Amit ji, can you please conclude in 5 minutes instead of 7 minutes, and then the same for Deba Pratap bhai. So over to
जी
you,
जी
Amit ji.
बिल्कुल, थैंक यू सो मच ओमकार जी। मैं ज्यादा समय बिल्कुल नहीं लूंगा। मैं
Thank you.
ऑडिबल हूँ?
जी जी, प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर.
हाँ। तो सभी को नमस्ते, सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को, एंड थैंक यू सो मच फेयर इंडिया फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी इन दिस ब्यूटीफुल सेशन एंड नीड ऑफ एन आवर। तो अभी हम लाइटनिंग सेफ्टी पे बात कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि हमारे जो प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स हैं, इतने अच्छे रिनाउंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से हैं और अच्छे उन्होंने टेक्निकल और नॉन टेक्निकल दोनों चीजों पहलुओं पे बात करी है, तो मेरे पास कुछ ज्यादा है नहीं। अभी फिलहाल मध्य प्रदेश की बात चल रही है, तो मैं मध्य प्रदेश के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कुछ चीजें बताना चाहता हूँ कि जैसा कि आप कॉन्सेप्ट नोट जो शेयर हुआ था हम सबसे, तो उसमें आप देखेंगे कि प्रीवियस ईयर का डेटा जो बोलता है आईएमडी का, तो मध्य प्रदेश ने सबसे ज्यादा जो डेथ टोल है वो मध्य प्रदेश का रहा है 2024-25 का हम अगर देखें, तो ये एक बहुत सीवियर इशू और इमर्जिंग इशू हो गया है मध्य प्रदेश के लिए लाइटनिंग, जिससे काफी सारी डेथ हो रही। इवन अभी अगर मैं अभी करंट सिनेरियो की मैं बात करूं, तो अभी जस्ट एक दिन पहले ही हमारा यहाँ का वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस की वजह से पूरा मध्य प्रदेश का सिस्टम चेंज हो गया है। अभी हम हीट वेव से जूझ रहे थे, लेकिन एक दिन पहले ही लाइटनिंग एंड थंडरस्टॉर्म आ गया, और जो कि अभी 2-3 दिन तक रहने वाला है। तो क्लाइमेट चेंज का इम्पैक्ट इतना देखने को मिल रहा है सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया में, तो इट्स वेरी नेसेसरी फॉर कॉमन पीपल एज वेल एज टू द गवर्नमेंट के इस सब्जेक्ट को थोड़ा प्रायोरिटाइज किया जाए और इसको हमारे ग्रास रूट लेवल तक इसको पहुंचाया जाए थ्रू डिफरेंट मीडियम्स। अगर मैं परसेप्शन की बात करूं एक आम आदमी की लाइटनिंग को लेके, तो लोगों को ये एक हजार्ड लगता ही नहीं है, पहली बात। उन्हें लगता है कि ये एक नॉर्मल चीज है जो हमेशा होती है, लेकिन इसका जो फ्रीक्वेंसी ऐड हो रही है उसको एक आम जनता समझ ही नहीं पा रही है, उसको एज हजार्ड के रूप में ले ही नहीं रही है। और जैसे कि हमारे प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स ने भी बताया कि सबसे ज्यादा जो डेथ्स हो रही हैं इसमें, वो फार्मर, जो हमारे रूरल बैकग्राउंड के लोग हैं, जो मोस्टली लाइवलीहुड पे अपनी खेती किसानी पर डिपेंड हैं, तो उनकी ज्यादा डेथ टोल हो रही है। प्लस जो एक परसेप्शन है लाइटनिंग को लेके, उसमें थोड़ा सा रिलीजियस भी आ जाता है कि इट्स एक्ट ऑफ गॉड और इट्स लॉर्ड इंदिरा का उसमें जिक्र आ जाता है, तो इट्स ओके, हम उनको सेंटिमेंट्स को हर्ट नहीं करना चाहते, लेकिन ये जो परसेप्शन है थोड़ा सा बदलने की जरूरत है कि ये एक्ट ऑफ गॉड जो है अब बदल रहा है ड्यू टू क्लाइमेट चेंज, और इसके सेफ्टी मेजर एक आम आदमी, एक फार्मर क्या ले सकता है, वो उनको बताने की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है। तो ये कुछ बेसिक परसेप्शन है मध्य प्रदेश का, जो हमें हमारी एक्टिविटीज और प्रोजेक्ट्स के दौरान देखने को मिलता है, चाहे वो स्कूल्स हों या कॉलेजेस हों या फिर हम कम्युनिटी बेस्ड प्रोग्राम करते हैं, तो लाइटनिंग को लोग सीरियस लेते नहीं है, जबकि डेथ टोल इतना ज्यादा। इवन अगर मैं अभी 2-3 दिन पहले की बात करूं, तो अशोकनगर, देयर इज वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट इन मध्य प्रदेश जहां पे ह्यूमंस को लॉस नहीं हुआ, लेकिन 38 गोट्स को डेथ टोल हुआ है। ये मैं परसों की सैटरडे नाइट की ही बात कर रहा हूँ आपसे, 38 गोट्स की डेथ हुई है ड्यू टू सीवियर लाइटनिंग इन दैट अशोकनगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट। तो अब ये आप खुद सोच रहे हैं इसकी सीवियरिटी, कि लाइटनिंग सिर्फ ह्यूमन तक सीमित नहीं है, अब उनकी लाइवलीहुड को भी इम्पैक्ट दे रहा है। तो इस तरीके के सिचुएशन फिलहाल मध्य प्रदेश में चल रही है। अगर मैं कुछ इनिशिएटिव्स की बात करूं मध्य प्रदेश में जो लाइटनिंग को लेके चल रहे हैं, तो मेनली कुछ डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे फंड डिसिमिनेट हुआ है एमपी एसडीएमए द्वारा लास्ट ईयर, और उसमें काफी सारे सीएसओस को इन्वॉल्व किया गया है, और सीएसओस का जो ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल है उसमें लाइटनिंग को भी रखा गया है। तो ये एक अच्छी चीज चालू हुई है लास्ट ईयर से, कि सीएसओस का इन्वॉल्वमेंट की वजह से ग्रास रूट लेवल तक एटलीस्ट ये सब्जेक्ट पहुंच रहा है। फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश की पहुंच रहा है। उसके अलावा हमारे जो होम गार्ड्स हैं मध्य प्रदेश गवर्नमेंट के, वो भी अपने अपने ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में इसको धीरे धीरे इनकॉर्पोरेट कर रहे हैं। अपार्ट फ्रॉम रोड सेफ्टी, फायर सेफ्टी एंड फ्लड, अब वो लाइटनिंग को भी इनकॉर्पोरेट कर रहे हैं, तो जो कि एक बहुत अच्छी चीज है जो कि मध्य प्रदेश गवर्नमेंट द्वारा है। और अगर हम इसके रिस्पॉन्स और कंपनसेशन की अगर हम बात करें, तो मध्य प्रदेश गवर्नमेंट ने, अगर लाइटनिंग की वजह से किसी ह्यूमन का अगर डेथ होता है, तो 4 लाख रुपीज का कंपनसेशन रखा है, जो कि अच्छा एक अमाउंट है, जो कि पहले 50,000 हुआ करता था आज से 3-4 साल पहले। तो इसकी सीवियरिटी को देखते हुए एमपी गवर्नमेंट ने उसको 4 लाख रुपए किया है। और अगर आपका कोई एनिमल है जो एज अ लाइवलीहुड आप यूज कर रहे हैं कोई फार्मर का, तो अगर उसकी भी डेथ होती है तो उसका भी सर्टेन अमाउंट डिपेंड अपॉन द आफ्टर सम वेरिफिकेशन बाय द एनिमल हस्बेंड्री डिपार्टमेंट, वो भी रखा गया है। तो ऐसे कुछ अच्छे इनिशिएटिव हैं। इसके अलावा जो आपदा मित्र योजना है मध्य गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की, उसमें काफी सारे वॉलंटियर्स, आपको सबको पता है क्योंकि इट्स अ पैन इंडिया स्कीम, तो उसमें जो वॉलंटियर्स हैं उनकी भी मॉड्यूल के अंदर लाइटनिंग था, और वो भी कहीं ना कहीं अपने अपने क्षेत्र में, अपने अपने ग्राम पंचायत में, अर्बन या रूरल एरिया हो, तो वहां पर ही लोगों को वो अवेयर कर रहे हैं इस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर। तो कहीं ना कहीं लास्ट ईयर से हमें एक थोड़ा सेंसिटाइजेशन देखने को मिला है, लेकिन अभी भी गैप ये बहुत बड़ा है, और इस पे रियली में बहुत काम करने की जरूरत है। तो क्योंकि यहाँ जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि मध्य प्रदेश इट्स अ फॉरेस्ट रिच, मतलब ज्योग्राफी है इसकी, काफी सारा फॉरेस्ट एंड ट्राइबल बेल्ट है, तो लैंग्वेज बैरियर होने की वजह से भी कई सारी चीजें पहुंच नहीं पाती हैं। और हमारे प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स ने भी ये पॉइंट्स रखे हैं कि अगर हम सचेत ऐप की बात करें, तो लोग स्मार्टफोन यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं ट्राइबल एरियाज में, रूरल एरियाज में, कुछ एरिया यहाँ नक्सल अफेक्टेड एरियाज हैं, बालाघाट, सिवनी वगैरह, तो वहां पे तो बेसिक फोन भी पहुंच जाए तो बड़ी बात है। नेटवर्क इश्यू बहुत रहता है, तो टाइमली इंफॉर्मेशन डिसेमिनेट नहीं हो पाती है वहां तक। इसके अलावा अवेयरनेस की ऑब्वियसली कमी है कहीं ना कहीं हमारे कुरिकुलम में, या स्कूल सेफ्टी की अगर बात करें, तो वहाँ पे टीचर्स को भी ज्यादा इसके बारे में नॉलेज नहीं है, तो एक बड़े लेवल पे कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग प्रोग्राम की बहुत आवश्यकता है मध्य प्रदेश में इसकी सीवियरिटी को देखते हुए। तो ये कुछ ड्रॉबैक्स हैं। अगर मैं सजेशन की बात करूं, रिकमेंडेशन की बात करूं, तो ऑब्वियसली इसमें अवेयरनेस एक पहला बड़ा मुद्दा है, कि एक बड़े लेवल पर मास अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम थ्रू डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सोशल मीडिया मीडियम्स और या फिर ऑनलाइन एंड ऑफलाइन ट्रेनिंग्स की हमें जरूरत है। इसमें सीएसओ और गवर्नमेंट को मिलके साथ में काम करना पड़ेगा। और जो हमारे आईसी मटेरियल अगर हम लाइटनिंग पे बना रहे हैं एमपीएसडीए में या कोई भी सीएसओ, तो उसको लोकल डायलेक्ट, लोकल लैंग्वेज, जैसे यहाँ गोंड है और भी दूसरी अलग अलग क्षेत्र हैं जिनकी अपनी एक अलग भाषाएं हैं, अपने अलग डायलेक्ट है, तो ताकि उस लैंग्वेज में उसको किया जाए, जैसे कि उड़ीसा, केरला, हमारे बाकी सारे स्टेट्स कर रहे हैं, मध्य प्रदेश में भी वैसे जरूरत है, और ताकि हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंच पाए और उनको रीच कर पाए। इसके अलावा सचेत मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन के बारे में अवेयरनेस रियली में बहुत जरूरत है, बिकॉज हम हमारे हर डीआरआर की या दूसरे भी हमारे सब्जेक्ट के प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं उसमें सचेत एप्लीकेशन के बारे में लोगों को बताते हैं। एंड यू वोंट बिलीव कि हार्डली कोई 1 या 2% व्यक्ति होता है जो इस मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन के बारे में जिसको जानकारी है। बाकी इतना आप सोचिए कि अवेयरनेस का इतना गैप है। या और मैं ये पढ़े लिखे लोगों की बात कर रहा हूँ, रूरल एरिया में जाएंगे तो शायद किसी को पता भी नहीं। लेकिन हाँ, हम देखेंगे कि इंस्टाग्राम हो गया, फेसबुक हो गया, व्हाट्सएप हो गया, वो मैक्सिमम लोगों के फोन में। तो ये कहीं ना कहीं एक टाइप से हम कहीं तो लैग कर रहे हैं कि ये चीजें पहुंच नहीं पा रही हैं जो कि उनकी सेफ्टी को लेके। तो सचेत मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन का को लेके जागरूकता फैलाने की बहुत आवश्यकता है। इसके अलावा स्पेशली इसमें जो हमारा यूथ है उनका इन्वॉल्वमेंट बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि आपने प्रीवियस ऐसे केसेस देखे भी होंगे। खासकर जैसे मुझे एक इंसिडेंट याद है जयपुर का, आमिर फोर्ट का, आई थिंक 1 या 2 साल पहले हुआ था। उसमें ज्यादातर डेथ हुई थी वो यूथ की हुई थी, क्योंकि जब भी ऐसा मौसम क्रिएट होता है तो वैसे वो बहुत खुशनुमा सुहाना लगता है, और ज्यादातर उसी समय यूथ बाहर निकल के अपने बाइक्स और कार से ऐसी लोकेशन पे पहुंचता है जहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा थ्रेट होता है, हजार्डियस लोकेशन होती है जहाँ पे लाइटनिंग होने की संभावना होती है। और वो उसी समय निकाल के अपना फोन यूज करते हैं सेल्फी लेने के लिए, और वो उसी वक्त रिस्क के जोन में आ जाते हैं। तो यूथ का इन्वॉल्वमेंट इसमें बहुत जरूरी है इस प्रोग्राम के अंदर लाइटनिंग सेफ्टी को लेके, क्योंकि हमारा नेक्स्ट जो फ्यूचर है इंडिया का वो यूथ ही है। तो अगर इस तरीके से डेथ होती रहेगी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट हजार्ड्स को लेके, तो हम बहुत बड़ा एक चीज खो देंगे हमारे भारत में। तो यूथ का इन्वॉल्वमेंट जरूरी है। इसके अलावा मुझे लगता है कि भारत सरकार को एक लाइटनिंग सेफ्टी को लेके अपना एक बड़ा प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करना चाहिए। जैसे कि हमारा स्वच्छ भारत मिशन प्रोग्राम है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर, और डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम्स हैं। तो डिफरेंट हजार्ड्स को लेके या फिर लाइटनिंग को लेके भी एक बड़ा अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए, क्योंकि एनडीए में अभी एग्रेसिवली मैं देख रहा हूँ काम कर रहा है, और काफी सारी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को सपोर्ट भी कर रहा है। तो डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट का कहीं ना कहीं जो रेस्पॉन्स वाला हमारा पहले मैकेनिज्म था, हम धीरे धीरे प्रिवेंशन प्रिपेयर्डनेस की तरफ आते हुए दिख रहे हैं। तो लाइटनिंग को लेके भी अगर हम ऐसा स्टार्ट करें, अगर हम रिकमेंडेशन दें स्फेयर की तरफ से टू जीओआई, तो ऐसा भी शायद कुछ किया जा सकता है। तो बाकी हमारे जितने जीपीडीपी हैं या फिर ग्राम योजना है, उसके अंदर भी इसके इनकॉर्पोरेशन की अब आवश्यकता आ गई है कि इसको भी उसमें इंटीग्रेट किया जाए। तो आई थिंक दिस इज फ्रॉम माय साइड। बाकी रेस्ट हमारे स्पीकर्स ने, प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स ने, और जो आगे इन फ्यूचर अभी आएंगे नेक्स्ट, तो वो भी काफी सारे इस पे लाइट डालेंगे सब्जेक्ट पे। तो थैंक यू सो मच स्पेयर फॉर द इनविटेशन। एनीथिंग अगर आपकी तरफ से कुछ आप बोलना चाहें।
धन्यवाद अमित जी, काफी विस्तार से आपने विश्लेषण किया, थैंक यू सो मच। नेक्स्ट स्पीकर इज देबो भाई। देबव्रता जी इज द चेयर ऑफ IAG in Odisha and also associate director of ActionAid. He has worked in Sierra Leone, UK, Nepal, Mozambique, and 16 other countries. He has been a he has contributed a lot in this sector of disaster management. Within India, he has worked in Odisha, UP, Uttarakhand, and Kerala. So over to you, Devabrata Babu.
Thank you, Onkar. I will just share quickly my presentation. It is not very elaborate presentation. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so briefly,
Just
the
Deva
trends
bhai,
in
just make it in full screen mode, no? Presentation mode.
yeah.
Thank you.
So quickly, I will give the trends in Odisha. In past 11 years, Odisha has witnessed a loss of 3,790 lives through lightning, over 1,600 deaths alone in last 5 years. So in 23, I remember we had around 40,000 lightning strikes in 2023 and 12 fatalities within a span of 3 hours. So we can very well imagine how fatal lightning strikes can be. And mostly these lightning strikes affect people who work in the open, like farmers, daily wage workers, and so on. Odisha had signed a MOU with the US-based Earth Network way back in 2018. I think they are working on it because we have been getting the SMS messages, the early warning messages on our mobiles. But how it is translated in the field, that is to be seen. And like in other states, we have an ex gratia payment of 4 lakh for each human casualty due to lightning and 50,000 to the injured. I had presented, I have noted down the case studies which we collected to 23 and this year as well. So mostly these people, in both, if you can see, this woman was working in the paddy field with the husband, and they were putting fertilizers in the plant, and it was kept in the nearby tree. So when the lightning started, they wanted to retrieve the fertilizer bags. So sadly, and they were struck by lightning, and uh, it was very fatal for them. In Angul, we have two cases. One, again, a daily-based laborer, and he was also working in the field and was suddenly struck by lightning and died on the spot. And of course, people tried to take him to the hospital, but doctor declared him dead. But another person was saved because he was also taken to the hospital by the local people, but he was saved. And things that people actually, there was question about compensation in the chat also. So sadly, people also don't know about this compensation thing, and you can also imagine they are not very much aware about the precautions which needs to be taken during the thunderstorms or any other disaster. So that was our finding in Jagatsinghpur. The same thing happened. Uh, this person was also working in the field, and this person was aware about the lightning strike and thunder, but he was careless. He said it will not affect me at all, and villagers warned him not to go to the field, but he went to the field, and when the rain stopped, and then he was struck by lightning. So in some cases where people know also, they don't heed to uh, the lightning warnings. So this is the situation, and of course many suggestions people have given. In Odisha, we follow the zero casualty approach, but sadly, the lightning cases, we have not achieved the zero casualty thing. So, yes, the extensive awareness building is necessary about the do's and don'ts at the community level. Some groups have been trying in Bhadrak and in other places where our field volunteers are there. Use of social media, wall painting, miking, all these things is essential. Also, in some places, the community radio is essential. Early dissemination of early warning messages, a concept of community watchmen, details of the safe houses for farmers and waste workers is very important who are working in the open fields and ponds. Of course, the early disposal of ex gratia payment. This year, NHRC, actually in Odisha, he has directed the government to prepare a standard operating procedure and guidelines aimed at mitigating fatalities caused by lightning strikes, and whoever is affected by the lightning strikes, how they can get the compensation and so on. So I think we can share the experiences of other states to Odisha also. And thank you so much, Onkar. This is from my side.
Thank you, Devo Bhai. Next is, I feel, the session which will build everything together, whatever was spoken till now. It is the strategic recommendations and way forward. Again, we have a very eminent speaker, Colonel Sanjay Srivastav, who heads an organization called Climate Resilient Observing System Promotion Council, CROPC. Colonel Srivastav has a long experience in the domain of disaster management. He has been guiding the whole lightning and some other disasters in a very at the national level for India. He has been a visionary leader, and he is always around in the disaster management space and making exceptionally well. I mean, doing contributing in a very nice way. Sir, over to you. Uh, I request you, sir, if you can conclude in 10 to 12 minutes. I know we had 15 minutes, but 10 to 12 minutes if you can, then we can have some time for discussion. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Omkar. And I'm traveling on Alwar Jaipur Road, basically seeing the complete lightning arrestor project of Rajasthan, where we have made Rajasthan lightning safe. You will be happy to note that Rajasthan during the same year, during the same period in 2024, had more than 42 deaths. And this year they had only 2. So that's the success mantra, how you work on it. I have a small presentation which I would like to share. Uh, can I, can you see my presentation? Is it on the screen?
Not yet, sir.
Just a minute, let me see why it's not coming. Can you see it now?
It is loading. Yeah, it's almost there.
Can you see it now?
Not yet, sir. It's can anyone else see it? I can just see the loading thing. Vishnu, can you see it?
No, sir. Actually, it's loading to make
Yeah.
No issue, we'll go forward. As far as the lightning is concerned, I have been given topic by my friend Vishnu, strategic recommendations which I have to make and way forward. Basically on awareness, behavior and perceptions, access to early warning and first response, capacity building and awareness needs, setting up follow-up task force. I'm sorry, Vishnu, slightly I'm digressing. Can you still see my?
Sir, you
Not yet, sir.
can, yeah,
Ah, yes, now we can.
yes, we can.
So this is the screen. You know, Cropsy has been working on lightning in India. We are the one who developed the lightning forecast system, safe grid system, and we did not go commercial. We have given it to India Met Department and NRSC. If you see, this is the 2019 lightning map, and this one is 2024. And if you see the gap, the first picture of 2019 and the picture of 2024, there has been 400% rise on lightning in India. So from a small region in Northeast, it has become for the entire country. And mind it, Bikaner and Churu in Rajasthan have become the most lightning prone district. You must have heard Dr. Soma and others. This is a very, very changing scenario. The atmospheric electricity from 40 kilo ohm has gone to 2.5 to 3.75 lakh ohm. So there is phenomenal rise in the electricity. And that is why you must have seen on 9th, 10th April, during that week, there were 198 deaths in India. This is the dynamism of changing profile of rains. If you see by 2035-40, Rajasthan will not be a desert, whereas Jharkhand, South Bihar will be getting into barren land due to less rain. So there is a change in the climate cycle which you need to understand. And along with this is the global warming and other factors like deforestation, depletion of water bodies, making rise in the lightning. Our research has shown globally that with 1 degree rise in the temperature, there is 7 to 12% rise in the lightning. Coming to the deaths, this is the trend. The 15% deaths takes place during Kal Baisakhi and 85% death during monsoon. And I was seeing the slide of others. In fact, I was cutting down my slides because most of the people, they take the slides. So a lot of things are covered. There is 96% death in the rural area. And if you see the country wise, every state, this mustard color is showing the lightning death. Every state like Madhya Pradesh has 93% death of natural disaster is due to lightning. Not a single state in India is untouched. Rajasthan, 91%. Bihar, you see, almost 50% deaths. Jharkhand, 88% deaths due to lightning. So every state is facing deaths due to lightning. And these are the champion states in terms of deaths: MP, Maharashtra, Bihar, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand. And this is the way people get stuck. This is a college student who got stuck last year. This is the house which gets burnt. This is what happened in Kharagpur. The biggest surprise is this red area is the one where maximum strike takes place, but death is more in Bihar and UP. We have done the analysis, we have shared with the state, and hope state will take cognizance. Lightning in India from scratch 2008 to 2025 now, we have a national program. Mr. Dadich was recommending a national program on lightning. Yes, we have a national program on lightning and it has been rolled out by NDMA. This death is 100% avoidable. We have done the microjonation. The best part, the scientific observations by IMD and ISRO gives you very clear understanding which are the hotspot, what is required to be done, where the prevention is required, where the mitigation is required, where the awareness is required. This needs to be done. This is a national program, an end-to-end program. You will be happy to note that India is one of the incredible countries in the world where we have the best program in terms of early warning and in terms of end-to-end solution to lightning. We have a resilience framework covering the early warning, mitigation, awareness, response, and rehabilitation. This was shown by Dr. Jason, so I'm moving forward. We are the repository of all the lightning knowledge in India. We have all the reports. We have Lightning Resilient India campaign. We have Lightning Resilience India week. We have Lightning Preparedness fortnight and an ongoing national program. The best part is my strategic recommendation: utilize scientific information to determine hotspots and characters. We are not utilizing IMD and ISRO work. States are roaming around, going around the vendors who are fooling them. I'll be very, very blunt. What science is there? We have very good scientific agencies, India Met Department, you have CropSea and you have NRSC. Other countries are taking from us. Please use this scientific information. NDMA has done wonderful job right since 2018-19. There is a guideline to make lightning action plan at state, district, village, gram panchayat, local, individual level. So far, out of 36 states, only 9 have made it. I still appeal to the state, please go to the NDMA guideline, make the lightning action plan at state, district, village, gram panchayat and local level. Dissemination of lightning early warning protocol to last mile. We came out with a policy document on dissemination. UP was saying they are not able to disseminate. Please read the policy document and follow it. You have everything there. We have Sachet, we have lot of technology, cell broadcast and other things. Please use them. There is a smooth communication system. Use them. National program on lightning has come. There is an IEC repository we have showcased at the NDMA website. Please use it. Damini app is there. It's in all language. Research and development, CropSea is the only organization involved in it. And we are taking the lightning research forward. If you take reliable solutions, my recommendation, The deaths are only due to two reasons. One is unsafe livelihood, working in the agriculture field, cattle grazing, fishing, ensure safe livelihood. And unsafe housing. Houses are kacha. Yesterday, one person died in Bahraich as they had a tin house. Please have a proper housing, proper roof. And third is the Gram Panchayat. People are dying in the villages. We are working in the district and the state headquarters. We need to have Gram Panchayats involvement, deep involvement, intimate involvement in saving life in the villages. You cannot save life in villages sitting in the state capital and the district headquarters. You have to sit in the Gram Panchayat. Collective action. Collective initiative is required. We have a Lightning Resilient India campaign. We have various programs going on. There are 20 lakh plus volunteers. Please join it. We give proper seasonality of early warning, proper solutions. Please use it. Technology, there are a lot of technology available, but you should do a technology which is doable, which is affordable. People talk a lot of fancy devices. Is it possible? I am also student of science, still a student researcher, but I feel there are a lot of undoable solutions people are following. Please, for God's sake, don't do it. Follow the scientific solutions prescribed by India Met Department and the NRSC, Indian Space Research Organization. CROPSI is basically an outreach organization of work of IMD, ISRO and NDMA. We profess the solutions given by IMD and ISRO to others and the NDMA policy and actions to others. Professional ethics. Don't take it otherwise. I found most of the places, a lot of slides are copied and taken. Kindly give due credit to the originator. There is a response. I find the response part was not covered. In India, we have single emergency number. So the moment you get a lightning strike, please ring up single emergency number. You will get response within 5 minutes in early area, urban area, and within 20 minutes in rural area. Kindly use this single emergency number. This is not only for police, this is for ambulance and all services, emergency services. I have been part of it, and it has taken us 15 years to develop 112 single emergency number. Second is the medical treatment. There is a lot of myth about the medical treatment to lightning. I am also advisor to the Ministry of Health on emergency health management. There is a reverse triad system. The first is in case there is no breathing, you should give CPR. And if the heartbeat is not there, you give them defibrillator. Defibrillator is not available nowadays in the hospital, CHC, PHC. It is a shock giving machine. When lightning strikes, your valve in the heart, it fuses and it stops. So this machine, which is called AED, it is very important. Every ambulance, every CHC, PHC must have this. People who suffer lightning, they go through a lot of trauma. They live through scar. They need to be given proper psychosocial care so that they fight back and they are mainstreamed into the society. Lightning social vulnerability assessment, teach and make them practice. That is very important. There is local hazard prone areas. We know the hills are hazardous. We know the ponds are dangerous. We know the agriculture field are dangerous. This should be told to people, and during lightning, they should not be there. In case of hill, this is a safe area. They should know where they are. We have made our president's village lightning safe. We have made Baba Dham lightning safe. We have done a lot of work in country. This is one microgenation work done in Mirzapur. Then you can see it is only this much area where deaths are taking place. So there is very important that you take cognizance of scientific information. Dissemination is one very important aspect, and you must have proper last mile connectivity system, which you should have. There are a lot of work which is happening in this domain by government, society, and I'm very happy to see that there is a lot of awareness. This is a Jharkhand model of lightning resilience, which everybody should follow. You must have the HRVC mapping, zone mapping, early warning, last mile dissemination, enhanced preparedness, capacity building, safe grid system, monitoring and evaluation, and carry out a awareness campaign. You can see these campaigns. जब बिजली करे गर्जना, पेड़ के नीचे कभी नहीं रहना. Don't take selfie during lightning. During lightning, keep your doors and windows closed. Don't take bath from the water tap. It may carry current. This is something very important. You must have your heels closed when you get stuck and there is nothing to do. You must have your heels together so that you don't get electrocuted. You close your ears so that the thundering noise does not deafen you. You close your eyes so that the bright flash does not harm you. The football field and all is fine. This is our last slide. I hereby close, and I am very thankful to Sphere India for organizing this program and such a rich interaction we had. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I am open to any question, and I am also very thankful to all my partners here, the NIDM, NDMA, IMD, Caritas India, Sphere India, ICAR, Professor Anil Gupta sir, and everybody. And we have the solution. Any state, it is available free of cost. We are there to ready to go and work. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, some participants have asked for your contact. So if you may, if you wish, you may share it. Okay, we have
the chat box.
Ji, sir. We have come to the last segment, the open forum. If there are any open question, any specific questions to specific speakers, we can take one or two questions. So it's open to all. Please raise your hand and then we can call you in.
One good thing, we also have an internship program, and we take interns. Even engineering students and masters and PhD scholars do join us for this. This internship program is joint internship program by CropC, India Med Department, and NRSC. So this is a very rich program which is of very high academic value. I have shared my contact number.
Participants, any questions? Maharashtra, we have Vaishali from Maharashtra. Utkarsh Vivedi has put a question in the. Sorry, Mr. Dadich. There is a question in the chat. There is Vaishali from Maharashtra SDMA. Vaishali, would you like to say something about preparedness on Maharashtra? Preparedness of lightning in Maharashtra?
Omkar, I am here in Rajasthan, and
Lovely.
if you can see the screen on my backdrop, everywhere you can find the lightning arresters fitted. Okay, you can see the
Yes.
surrounding everywhere, every pole. And this is a big project which CropC has executed for the government of Rajasthan. Every temple, every tourist spot. Amit Tadich was speaking about the Amer Fort. That is, we have secured it. Udaipur Fort, everywhere we have secured. You see, it gives a lot of satisfaction that life is being saved, you know.
So also big sense of pride, sir. Thank you for sharing. And you are at the apt place at the perfect time. Typically nowadays we would have put a virtual background, but you have a real background with the arresters. Okay, especially if you are not here, may I request Amit ji to ask his question.
ओके, थैंक यू ओमकार जी। मेरा क्वेश्चन संजय सर से है। सबसे पहले तो आप बहुत बहुत बधाई है आपको कि रियली में जो एक बोलते हैं ग्रास रूट वर्क, वो आपने करके दिखाया है और आप अभी हमें लाइव सबको दिखा भी रहे हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ वो प्रेजेंटेशन तक सीमित है, यू एक्चुअली डिड इट। तो रियली में आपके लिए हेड्स ऑफ आपको। मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि जो नेशनल प्रोग्राम आपने बताया था लाइटनिंग सेफ्टी के ऊपर, थोड़ा सा उस पर आप अगर एनलाइटन कर सकें, थोड़ा सा आप उस पर लाइट दे सकें। मैं जानना चाहूंगा कि ये कब हुआ और इसमें ऐसी ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या क्या है।
नेशनल प्रोग्राम ऑन लाइटनिंग के ऊपर जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है वो 5 मुख्य बिंदु हैं। वन इज द हैजार्ड रिस्क एंड वल्नरेबिलिटी एनालिसिस। वो जो हैजार्ड रिस्क वल्नरेबिलिटी एनालिसिस है वो साइंटिफिक इंफॉर्मेशन पे बेस्ड है, और उसको हम ग्राउंड की जो जियोग्राफी है जैसे माउंटेन हिल्स, इन सब से कनेक्ट करके हम उसका पैनोरामिक मैप बना के ग्राम पंचायत को देंगे कि ये खतरनाक जगह है और ये सुरक्षित जगह है जहां वो जा सकते हैं। दूसरा जो कंपोनेंट है उसमें हम अर्ली वार्निंग डिसेमिनेशन के लिए प्रॉपर अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम दिया है और डिसेमिनेशन टूल दिया है। तो सारी एक्चुअली में जो अभी हमारी अर्ली वार्निंग इंडिया में थी, वो डेथ्स हमारे होते हैं लाइटनिंग करंट से, और हमारी अर्ली वार्निंग में लाइटनिंग करंट नहीं था। तो वो सारे हमने डाला है कि लाइटनिंग करंट इसके अंदर आ जाएगी। और डिसेमिनेशन के लिए हमने पोल बेस्ड अलर्ट सिस्टम दिया है, 2 वे ऑडियो वीडियो कम्युनिकेशन। थर्ड इज द मिटिगेशन। तो हमने पर ग्राम पंचायत 60 लाइटनिंग अरेस्टर सैंक्शन किए हैं, और उनको हम आईएमडी और इसरो की जो डेटा है उससे हॉटस्पॉट्स दे रहे हैं जहां पे डेथ हो रहे हैं उनको रोकने के लिए। आपने देखा होगा दुधी का उदाहरण दिया यूपी एसडीएम ने, तो दुधी और मिर्जापुर दोनों जगह लाइटनिंग अरेस्टर भी लगाए गए और वहां पे लाइफ लोगों की जान बची। जो चौथा कंपोनेंट है वो अवेयरनेस का है। तो जो अवेयरनेस कैंपेन है वो काफी डिटेल में लिया गया है, और उसकी सीजनैलिटी है। जैसे आप अभी आपको पता है कि 10 मई के आसपास दोबारा वेस्टर्न डिस्टरबेंस आएगी, तो राजस्थान में इसकी इस टाइम पे अवेयरनेस होना चाहिए। वैसे ही बिहार, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट का अलग अलग सीजनैलिटी होता है लाइटनिंग इवेंट अकरेंस का, और प्री इवेंट अवेयरनेस कराना है जिससे लोगों के मन में ताजा रहे, लोग उससे भूल जाते हैं। एक और बहुत बड़ा कंपोनेंट हमने डाला है रिस्क नॉलेज का। ये हम ग्राम पंचायत में डोर टू डोर, स्कूलों में, कॉलेजों में, ये हमने इसको शुरू किया, पायलट किया था कैरिटास इंडिया के साथ 7 स्टेट में, और उसके ऊपर उसके फाइंडिंग के आधार पे ये बना है पूरा अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम। डॉक्टर जयसन ने आपको पूरा ब्रीफ किया है। तो ये अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम एक सक्सेसफुल प्रोग्राम है। अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम में तीनों चीज़ों की बात होनी चाहिए। अर्ली वार्निंग, सबसे पहले तो हैजार्ड क्या है, उससे खतरे क्या हो सकते हैं, अर्ली वार्निंग मिलने पे हम क्या करें, और मिटिगेशन की कौन सी जगह है। सारे डूज एंड डोज उससे कनेक्ट होने चाहिए जिससे कि जनता उसको एडॉप्ट कर सके। और पांचवा कंपोनेंट है रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट का। ये लगभग 200 करोड़ का प्रोजेक्ट है। ये पायलट प्रोजेक्ट है, भारत के 10 राज्य के 50 जिलों और 2000 ग्राम पंचायतों में हम कर रहे हैं, और 2026 से इसको हम भारत के 207 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में करेंगे, और इसके बाद पूरे देश में करने की योजना है। होप अमित जी मैंने आपको जवाब दिया।
नहीं, थैंक यू सो मच संजय सर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द इंफॉर्मेशन, रियली यूजफुल, थैंक यू।
Okay. There's a comment or question in the chat which talks about now palm tree plantation is being taken up, is to be taken up. Is that a lightning measure? Any expert would like to answer that? Is palm tree plantation
Yeah.
also a lightning
I am being
measure?
criticized a lot. I am being criticized a lot by a lot of people on this issue. Actually, this issue pertains to Odisha, and Odisha government has taken up lightning plantation work in 2 phases. Earlier, it was in 2015-16 when they had planted almost 30 lakh trees, and now last year they have taken up planting up of 19 lakh palm top trees. You see, One is the scientific solution which we are doing. Second is the climate action, adaptation which we have to take. So what action you take? First is the water. If you can increase the water cover, water absorbs maximum heat. So you can reduce the impact of lightning by 60%. Our research has shown that if you enhance the water cover in the area, you can reduce the lightning occurrence by 60%. Planting of the trees, if we had a case study in Balasore, we found that South Balasore, you have less people dying and North Balasore has more people dying. When we checked up why, it was the vegetation.
I think he is facing some
Vaishali has answered the question on Maharashtra.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So North
sir is back.
Balasore, we found less vegetation and South Balasore more vegetation. So a drive has been taken that North Balasore will also be made equally as vegetation rich as South Balasore so that we reduce the impact. So there are a lot of evidences where we have created by creating the water bodies, by planting trees, by proper solid waste management, by proper reducing the energy sources, going to the fossil fuel, we have been able to reduce the heat and hence the lightning. So these are climate adaptation impact. In fact, if you see climate lightning resilient India campaign, on the left side, you will find pink, which is a scientific solution. On the right side, you will find in green color all the climate action solutions. So there are two-pronged approach in the country which we have taken for lightning, addressing the lightning risk. Over to you.
With this, Vishnu and Spear team, is it okay if we close the session?
Yes, I think it's already 4:32, 38. So
4:38. So
yeah,
we can.
close.
I saw some comments about presentations and all. The presentations will be shared. Spear will be sharing the recording and presentation on the YouTube channel. So look.
Yes. After this session, by tomorrow morning itself, we'll upload the meeting in YouTube and we'll share
Excuse me,
link.
I have put some questions.
Yes, tell me, sir.
Can I permitted to ask the question?
Yes, yes.
My first question is, how can I join with this program?
Anjanji, which program exactly? Sanjay Srivastav sir's program or some other program?
The disaster mitigation program or lightning.
Sir,
There are many programs.
we can help you to connect with Colonel Sanjay Srivastava, sir, for this.
And another question is, what is the procedure for compensation of lightning?
Sir, the procedure I have replied, you will have to reach out to the local disaster management authority, DDMA, District Disaster Management Authority, in the collector's office. There you have to put an application, then it gets reviewed and you will be able to access that. So that also, if you need more assistance, peer can help you, we can help you.
I will answer this question. Anjan, you will have to write an application to the circle officer. The application should be endorsed by the Mukhya of your place or the ward member of your place and the circle officer of your area. He sends it to the district headquarters and deputy commissioner or district magistrate is the competent authority to sanction. In state like Jharkhand and Bihar, the order is whenever there is lightning death, within 24 hours, the compensation is paid automatically by the district magistrate to the victim. I hope I have answered you.
Sir, what about West Bengal?
West Bengal, in fact, has very good system. At West Bengal is the only state which has disaster management cadre from state to the Gram Panchayat. So at Panchayat level, you have a Panchayat Apda Sevak. Panchayat Apda Sevak, you have to report to. Panchayat Apda Sevak will make a report submit it to the block disaster management officer, and block disaster management officer will submit it to the district, and block disaster management officer itself arranges the release of direct bank to transfer payment of compensation. So contact your Panchayat Apda Sevak.
Thank you, sir, for your nice discussion.
Thank you, Colonel Sanjay Srivastava, sir. And if anyone have any more questions, please reach out to us. We will reach out to the panelists, respective panelists, and try to connect with them. So I think, Omkar sir, we can close the session
Yes.
for now.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I express our heartfelt gratitude to all esteemed speakers and panelists who have shared their valuable knowledge and experience today. Deeply thankful Anil sir from ICAS, Sandeep sir from BSDMA, Nikhil sir from UPSDMA, and also Dr. Somas M. Roy from IMD, Dr. Jason Varghese from Caritas, Ms. Adisha Sood from NIDM, and our grassroots representative, Mr. Amit Kumar Datich and Mr. Dev Babrat, for grounding our discussion in both scientific and community-based perspective. Oh, a very rich special thank you, Colonel Sanjay Srivastava, for leading us towards clear and actionable recommendations and inspiring a shared vision for resilience. I would also like to extend sincere thanks to moderator Omkarji for skillful guiding and discussion throughout the workshop. So thank you all for this wonderful discussion. We will share the PPT with you, and also we'll upload this recorded version in YouTube, and we'll share the link with all.